Today, hundreds of people, led by Georgia Congressman John Lewis, crossed the famous Edmund Pettus Bridge in Selma, Alabama, the site of Bloody Sunday back in 1965. On that date, Lewis and other voting rights protesters were attacked by police as they tried to cross the bridge. That march is credited with building momentum for the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. For the first time in about a decade, South Korea will be sending a delegation to North Korea. Talks will focus on how to ease nuclear tensions and help arrange the restart of talks between Pyeongchang and Washington. The 10-member delegation, led by South Korea's National Security Director, will fly to Pyeongchang tomorrow and will be staying for 2 days.
Come on. La La Land.
Oh, and who can forget that? Well, new safeguards are in place to prevent another Oscar flub tonight. You know, the one where that wrong Best Picture was announced. Well, the Academy says the 2 accountants involved last year have been replaced and that they're adding a third. They won't be able to use their phones or social media during the program, and presenters will have to confirm that they've been handed the right envelope. Of course, the Oscar is still ongoing right now, so we don't know if those reforms are working yet, Chris.
We'll see about that, won't we? Yeah. So we had an award-winning forecast for this weekend. The weather was beautiful. We had plenty of sunshine around. Despite chilly mornings, the afternoons warmed up pretty nicely. Now as we head into the work week, that's where we're going to see some changes that'll move our way. We have dry conditions out there right now. We will see a little bit of rain, though, out to the west that we're watching at this hour. That is bringing in those showers here through parts of Arkansas, northern Louisiana, moving through Mississippi, the southwestern parts of Alabama. This is going to fall apart, this particular area of rain that you see, before it moves into our area. But then more is going to be developing out to the west, and eventually it is going to bring more moisture into our atmosphere, and eventually we will have some rain around in the area. So let me show you what we're watching out there right now. Temperatures have been cooling down tonight after we got up to 67 degrees for a high today. We're back to the mid-50s. Now that's here in town. Outside the city, it is a lot cooler. We've got a lot of 40s, around 48 in Marietta and Canton, still holding in the low 50s in Gainesville, even 30s in Blairsville and Clayton, and on the south side, a lot of temperatures that are in the 40s right now. So Atlanta kind of holding on to more of that heat from today and not radiating or getting cool as quickly, but it will be cooling during the overnight hours. We will eventually drop down into the low 40s here in Atlanta, a lot of low 40s all around, even some 30s in Covington, Eatonton, Athens in the 30s, Rome and Dalton in the 30s. It's going to be a chilly start, just not as cold as it was this morning or yesterday morning. And then by lunchtime, we're in the mid-50s. We'll eventually get up into the mid-60s for the afternoon for the high temperature. That's after the morning low of 42. We will have more sunshine early on, but that system out to the west is first going to start spreading in a few more clouds. We'll see increasing clouds during the day. So on our scale from 1 to 11, where an 11 is a perfect day, we're going to give it a 9. Here is the forecast track on the timing of this. In the morning, a couple of clouds around, really more clouds over to the west with more sunshine over to the east. And as we get to the lunchtime hour, you'll notice more of those clouds that are filtering in. They'll be thicker over on the west side, but still no rain. In the afternoon, mostly cloudy skies around, a couple of holes here and there, and still waiting for the rain to come in. We really think this is going to hold off until late Monday night into early on Tuesday. This is Tuesday morning. It's going to be a wet drive into work early in the morning. Some moderate, even pockets of heavy rain. Not really expecting a lot in the form of thunder and lightning with this. At lunchtime Tuesday, some lingering showers, but the back edge moves on out of here. And by afternoon on Tuesday, we will begin to clear out with that rain moving out, and the cooler air starts moving in here. Maybe I should even say colder air for the middle of the week and end of the week. We've got 64 Monday with clouds increasing, 62 Tuesday with those showers early, and then Wednesday morning we're down to 41, a high of only 54. It's going to be windy, breezy during the day. Thursday and Friday, that's when we're down to around freezing both mornings with highs in the 50s. Also watching a couple of flurries may shake out of those clouds early on Thursday morning up in the mountains. Then back to the 60s Saturday and Sunday. And yes, just in time for the weekend. Guess what? I'm glad we had a good one this weekend, because next weekend showers come in late Saturday and linger into Sunday.
I think Carter is really intriguing.
40, I'm just trying to go run fast, put good numbers down. 4.5s, try to hit the 4.5s.
How about the 4.4s? Lorenzo Carter ran a 4.46 at the NFL Combine today, faster than his teammates Nick Chubb and Sony Michel, the 3rd fastest time among linebackers. But no one's surprised by that, right? Lorenzo Carter always been scary coming off the edge because of that speed. All of Georgia's Combine invitees were impressive this week. Today, the linebackers and D linemen
ran through the drills in Indy. Linebacker Roquan Smith, expecting him to be a top 10 pick, a 10th of a second slower on the 40 than Carter at 4.52. He'll wait to do the rest of his drills at Pro Day. Trent Thompson had a 5.06, and Big John Atkins looking good in the drills, looking mobile, impressing GMs and coaches with the speed. The combine wraps up tomorrow. You got to love the NFL offseason. Time to talk about money and dream about Super Bowls. There are reports out there that the Falcons could make Matt Ryan the highest paid quarterback in the league this offseason. He certainly deserves it. He needs that payday. But is that what they want to do if they want to chase a Super Bowl? The Eagles' Nick Foles, his contract was worth $11 million. That was number 30 on the list of all NFL quarterbacks that season. Before that, Tom Brady, he beat the Falcons. We all saw it happen. Brady's contract that season was worth $41 million, but it wasn't even in the top 10, number 16 that season. Before Tom, we had Peyton Manning as he took down the Panthers. His contract worth $34 million. It was up there. It was high, but just number 19 on the list. Tom, again, that season, the contract worth $27 million, or number 17 out of all the quarterbacks. We had a relatively young quarterback at the time, Russell Wilson, just $2.9 million. That's it. Number 48 on the list of all quarterback salaries. Before Russ, it was Joe Flacco and the Ravens. Flacco making $29.7 million that year. Flacco was the 20th highest paid quarterback in the league. You're seeing the trend, right? If the Falcons want to win a Super Bowl, it's not that simple, but maybe giving Matt that hometown discount is what the Falcons need to make Arthur Blank and the team in this city wear a big old smiley face at the end of the season.